My name is Therese, and I know most of you who will probably be joining this series as the exercises go to the library. Today I'd like to welcome a couple of guests there, and thank you guys for coming today. So we'll begin on our backs. If you've got blocks or if you've got any kind of props, go ahead and get them close by. It's always nice to use them if you need them. I don't call out anything with props in this class because people using the library may not have the ability to find something to use. Usually it would be just a book if you don't have a block, or a pillow if you don't have a blanket. But we'll lay on our back. We'll start with our legs wide. Our arms will be down by the sides with the palms up and away from your body. And you can move those arms out a little wider to the sides, kind of like a star shape if you think about the 5 points. 2 points of the star are your legs, which are wide to the sides of the mat. The crown of your head is the 3rd point of the star. And the 4th and 5th will be your arms directly off of your shoulders. So take that openness, drop the stress that the muscles are holding, and just let the muscles soften away from the bones. Let the breath flow freely. Let your eyes close and sink to the back of your skull and center yourself in your practice. You're on your yoga mat. You're in the comfort of your own home, and you're finding peace in this moment. As the breath comes in through the nostrils, let the belly rise if it will. Let the belly fall with the out-breath. Every breath is a gift. We take it in and we sprinkle it with love from our heart. And then every exhale is sweeping away something not serving you. Maybe now you can deepen the breath and the belly rises, the ribs expand. Belly falls and ribs contract. If you're not new to yoga and you've been here a long time and you know the full 3-part breath, it's belly rising, ribs expanding, and collarbones lifting. And then as you take that exhale, the belly falls, then the ribs contract back, and the collarbones reside back into the chest. But again, if you're new to the practice, just concentrate on belly rising and falling. And when you're ready and you've cultivated a mantra, give your knees a squeeze into the chest. Wrap that body into a tight little ball. Squeeze that mantra into your being and just soften the shoulders. We'll pull those toes towards the shins and push the heels away. Draw that belly into backbone. Press that low back into the earth. Then widen it back out into your star, reaching in those 5 points. Open up the shoulders and flow a few times, drawing those knees in, arms wrapping either around shins or hamstrings, working your way up towards your elbows if possible with that grip of the hands. And then you open it again. Last one, let's squeeze and hold. Draw that navel in, shoulders down your back, and give your body a rock from side to side. So just know I'm not going to do a whole bunch of movement when I'm laying on this microphone backside because it doesn't stay in place as well as it could, and I don't want to lose the volume here. When you come back through center, pull those toes towards the shin, keep your low back on the mat, and you can alternate the point and flex of the ankles. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. And then draw those 2 feet towards those shins and roll the ankles out in a circle. Reverse that rotation. Reverse it again. Get all the pops out of there, and last time reverse it. And just know that you're opening up into the ankles, you're finding space, flexibility, strength, and they are your best insurance policy for keeping you upright, being able to right a fall. One more time the other way. And then we draw that right knee in towards our chest. Bring it towards the right armpit as you lengthen the left leg out long. As you kick through both heels, you're pressing away from you with the heels, dropping the shoulders down your back and bringing that right knee in toward the armpit. Avoid the ribs. So we'll work on hips to start with here. We're going to open them up. You choose whether you place your hand on that knee with the right hand and drop your left hand down, or you drop both hands down. I'm going to turn my palms up, scoop my shoulders under, both hands are off my leg, and we take it out to the sides. Big circle all the way out, and then sweep that knee across midline. So it stays bent, and you feel the motion right through that ball and socket. The acetabulum, the hip bone is moving right into that socket and rotating. Next time you come in toward the armpit, we'll take it the other direction. Remember to be very mindful of your own practice. So if there's any sharp pain, you back off. Come back in through center. We'll bring that leg into a 90-degree with the right leg, and we're just going to drop that heel toward the glute. So it's a quick kick down towards the glute. The knee stays 90, and the lower leg is dropping down. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Elevate right leg to the sky, kick through both heels, stretch it out. Your choice about holding the back of the leg. If you want to support it, the fingers can be interlaced around the back of the leg at the hamstring. If you'd rather just hold it up on your own, you hold it up on your own. Kick through your heel. Breathing in, breathing out. Find the softness, find the breath. All righty. If you've got an interlace of the fingers, I'll invite you to take the interlace out and bring your hands behind the leg and climb up the leg. Bring your body up, up, up. Bring your leg closer to you. Splay the elbows wide, soften the shoulders down, and you're energizing through both heels. Soft inhale, soft exhale. Move your spine, neck, and head back to the ground. And float that right leg down to the earth. Take your time. Open up the palms. Breathe in, breathe out. Lay still and just enjoy the steadiness and ease that you create. Watching that belly rise and fall, maybe ribs expanding, maybe collarbones lifting. You don't always have to be moving. You just have to find the awareness in your body, find the breath, and release the stress by following your breath. We'll pull those 2 legs back in towards the heart.
Wrap those arms around those two legs, working your hands up towards the elbow tips. And just give a little rock side to side again. And then holding on to just the left leg, the right leg will lengthen long, and the heels will kick away. The toes will pull towards the shins. Remember your choice of holding on to that knee or just letting two palms float down to the ground. And we take that leg in a big circle with a bent knee. Enjoy moving it as far out to the left as it'll go, and then enjoy bringing it back through center, crossing over midline. Inhale, exhale. Reverse that circle. Breathing in, breathing out. And when you come back through center, take that leg in a 90 degrees. Bring it out in front of you so that the shin is parallel to the floor. And we'll drop it down, kicking that heel towards your glute, keeping that upper leg pretty still and steady, and just bringing that heel down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Let's elevate that left leg to the sky, kick through the heels again. Fingers can wrap around the hamstring, just interlaced fingers in the back of the leg, or your choice to just rest those palms down by your side and use the strength of your legs to hold that leg in the air. Use the strength of your core to hold that leg in the air. Nice hamstring stretch here. If your arms are not up and hands not behind the leg, let's put them back there. We're going to start to walk up that left leg, bringing the leg closer to you and bringing your body closer to the leg. It's all about finding the exact right place, not going into a struggle. You'll notice your jaw will clench, your forehead may get crinkles, your breath will get short. If you're stressing, do not stress, just enjoy the stretch. Steadiness and ease, just the right amount of effort, just the right amount of surrender. And then you melt your spine, neck, and head back down first, and then softly float the leg back down to the ground. Your two palms will turn up, your toes will turn outward, your body is relaxing, releasing, and letting go. Little mini shavasanas between poses are nice, whether they be standing shavasana, lying shavasana, sitting shavasana. Just take a moment to absorb what you've done into your nervous system. And then let's bend into two knees, bring them up towards your chest. Bring your hands behind those hamstrings, and we're going to roll this on up. So roll it up, balance up at the top when you get here. Soften the shoulders. Find that deep core working as you find this baby boat pose. Maybe some of you can release the arms. Keep the shoulders down your back. Keep your legs parallel at the shins. Open up the chest. Find the breath. We'll bring hands back to the hamstrings. We tuck the chin, round the shoulders, hollow out the navel, little scoop in the middle, and you roll all the way back. And you roll all the way back up. Balance again up at the top. This time you can hold it here, or you can join us with the left arm coming underneath both legs. The forearm is resting at the backs of the legs. The right arm has lengthened out in front of you with the pinky edge side of your hand up to the sky.
We'll lift that arm all the way to the sky. And if you can go back behind you, take it all the way behind. Otherwise, just stop at the top as we bring it back. We're going to reach and open up. You can stop here and pull it back down to the toes or take it all the way behind. Your choice. We've got one more. Lengthen and zip up as you rotate. And back to center. We'll take two hands back under the hamstrings, tuck the chin, round the shoulders, hollow out the belly, roll back, and a gentle roll back up. Once you're back up, we find the pose first, holding on, kick through heels, maybe then wrap right arm underneath. Maybe just hold those two arms under. As you take the left pinky up to the sky, left arm is long. Remember, you can stop up at the sky or you can take it all the way back. And then rewind all the way up and back. Rewind. And last one, lift and lift and lift that heart up. And then all the way back. Take two hands back under the hamstrings, tuck your chin, round the shoulders, hollow out the navel. You're heading back again. You're coming back up one last time. We find that open heart when we get here. We want good posture. We want to engage all the muscles through the torso to hold our body in this position. And then the feet will come down. The knees will splay wide to the sides. And the shoulders will drop down your back, get nice and tall. Find that length, zipping up through your pelvic bowl, choosing how far away you'd like your heels from your body, holding onto those ankles, and just working those knees toward the ground. If you pull those heels in a little closer, you'll be able to use your thumbs to find the ball joints of the feet. And once you press those thumbs into each of the ball joints and glue the outer blades together, you'll be able to open your feet like the pages of a book, and the knees will drop down a little bit deeper. So it depends on what feels good for you. Always thinking about your tail coming back behind you so that the upper chest has a little bit of a heart opening back bend into it. Head will turn to the right side. Take it back center, head left. Take it center, chin drops to chest, and just let your body release and shake your head out to let that release happen. And then as you come back to center, lengthen up again, dropping shoulders. And hands will come to the knees. You pull two knees together. So your heels are already close. If that's too close, move them a little further away. The closer you can pull your heels to your glutes, I'd like you to do that. Draw your knees together by squeezing those upper arms around the outer legs, and we wrap to the elbows if your body will go to the elbows with the hands. And we drop our shoulders. We open up our chest, and our head again turns right and center, left and center. Chin drops to chest, we shake it out. And we bring our head back up center. Inhale and exhale. Sweep your legs all the way around so we find table position, hands and knees. Palms will be flat, fingers out wide. Stack your shoulder, your elbow, and your wrist so it's one beautiful long straight line. And bring your knees right under your hips for the second straight line. So now you're in a good position. The elbows stay straight. The tail pushes up, the belly drops, the heart and head will lift. Then we take that tail underneath, we round the spine, we broaden out the shoulders, we press those palms away from the knees and really dip the chin to the chest, rounding the middle of the back.
Inhale, lift it on up. Find that cow pose. Exhale to round it. Find the cat pose. Once you're back to neutral, pull the knees together behind you there and stretch out your right leg. The toes will be on the ground. The heel will be pushing away. I want you to feel a big stretch of the bottom of that right foot. As you push the heel away, you're pulling the hip towards your head. Get a stretch of the sole of that foot, and then we start to roll it to the outer blade. We roll it to the inner blade. We roll it to the outer blade. We roll it back to the inner blade. Again, some hip work here. That hip is moving in the socket. Next time you're to the inner blade, kickstand out your lower half of your left leg. Put the weight into the left hand, the left knee, the left shoelaces, and the inner blade of the right foot, and we lift up with that right arm. We reach up high with the right arm. Maybe we can take 3 circles going long arm toward our hip and all the way around. Long arm towards your hip, leading with your pinky all the way around. We've got one more. Reach, lift it up. Take it overhead, bicep by the ear, and maybe your right leg lifts. Breathe here, stay here, or put your foot down again. We've got one last piece. If you want to bend into the knee and grab from the great toe side of the foot, you grab your shoelaces. You press your foot into your hand, you press your shin away from your body, and you open up your whole stretch through the torso. Let's take it back into that reach. Look to the mat. Arm comes down, knee comes down and in, and we bring that left knee in to join it. Come down onto your forearms way out in front of you to either side of the mat. Stay on your knees, move them a little further away, and just spin your body in a circle. Let it go. Once you get back around towards your hips pushing back, circle that the other direction. And then we're coming back onto those hands. You can come to elbows first and shake out your wrists if you need it. Give a little bit of love to those wrists that are working hard for you. Place the palms flat, fingers wide again. We start with our foundation. Once you have your hands and you look down and they're flat and fingers wide, thumbs reaching toward each other, notice your shoulder, elbow, and your wrist. Are they in one line? Then think about your just over your knee. And we're going to take that cat-cow one more time. So let's drop that belly by lifting our tail, and we scoop up our heart and head. Then we curl that tail under to really accentuate the back rounding, the chin dropping to chest, the shoulders broadening. One more time, we lift it on up, we reach up. One more time, we round it out. Broaden those shoulders, push the hands away from the knees. Come back to a neutral spine. I like to pull 2 knees together here so that my right leg will be more at the very top of a triangle with the 2 hands being the base. Stretching out your left leg, your toes are pressed into the floor, your heel is pushing away. Your right hip stays directly over the right knee. Your left hip, you're feeling it pull towards your head. Press into that foot, stretch out the bottom of that left sole. Good. Let's go inner blade, outer blade of that left foot. Just rotate through the hip. And you're free to stay with whatever feels good. If I get into something that's too much for you, back off and go back to what you were doing that felt really good. This is your practice. You're in your own home. And I'm so far from the screen, unfortunately, I can't even see you guys. Let's lift up that left arm. Breathe here. Good. And we'll start those circles with a long straight arm, heading our pinky toward our hip. We reach it all the way around into the front. Big motion, stretch through your whole side body. You've got 3 of these, and then your arm comes back up to the sky, reaches over the top. Choose if you're lifting your leg up with that stretch. Choose if you're bending your knee to reach around and grab from the great toe side of the foot, wrapping your fingers around the shoelaces. Open up the chest, breathe in, breathe out. As we unwind from this, we stretch out the leg, we stretch out the arm. The eyes go down to the mat, the hand moves down to the mat, and the knee on the left, and then we bring that right leg back in. This time we're going to go wide knees, great toes touch, sit back to your child's shape, working your hips towards your heels, your seats move and towards your feet. Your arms extend long. Even if you don't want to keep them there, start with an extension of those arms so that you can push your hips back a little bit easier. Forehead will touch the mat. If you can keep your lower arm off of the mat, you'll get a little bit more stretch and intention with it. If you feel better resting your forearm down on the mat, that's fine too. Breathe in, breathe out. Soft inhale, soft exhale. If your arms are not in front of you, please bring them back up front. Come onto your spider fingers, which is the tips of each of the finger pads. Push your hips back further, and let's guide that right arm with palm up underneath your left, and let the side of your right head rest on the mat. Let your left arm be long, stretch it out. And then bring it all the way back around your body if you'd like. It can be palm up at your low back on the right. If you have space, you wrap your fingers around your thigh muscle. You're inhaling, you're exhaling, you're enjoying a forward fold, you're enjoying a twist, you're enjoying a slow, easy breath and a lengthening of your spine. You're opening through those inner thighs, and you're taking the weight out of the hips while you press the lower half of each leg into the mat. And then we unwind and we take that left arm back out in front. Come onto those spider fingers of the left hand and then start to guide that right arm out. Bring it back forward and stretch back for a long reach symmetrically. The glutes are moving toward the heels, and we breathe as we stretch. Forehead is down. Back up on your spider fingers if you're not there already. We leave the right ones on the mat, the left ones come off, palm turns up, and we guide our left arm underneath the right. Lay the left side of your head on the mat, lengthen out through the right arm. And if you're going further, that's where the right arm comes all the way up, back and around to your low left side, palm facing away, or fingers wrap around that thigh muscle. Breathe in, breathe out. Your head is resting on the mat or a block. The left side of the head is resting down. Mine, I'm not putting it down because of this microphone, but you're relaxing into this. Remember to connect with the earth, whether it be through a conduit like a block or a blanket. You're still getting the energy from Mother Earth moving through that piece and into your body. We'll take that right arm out again, back forward if you had it back. We'll start to move back into child shape, guiding that left arm out and forward. Lengthen out, reach out. Moving from child's to cobra. Elbows go wide, body glides across the mat, hips lift high. We lift our hips, we stretch long. Then we draw knees together. Guide those palms underneath your shoulders. Elbow pull back toward the middle of the spine. Find length through the great toe side of your foot by pushing your pubic bone into the ground and firing up your thigh muscles. Then you softly lift your chest, your neck, and your head. And we press a little bit more into the tops of the feet. We press a little bit more into the pubic bone and let those thighs work. Take it back down. Turn your head to the right, shake out your tail. Turn your head to the left, shake out your tail. We'll lengthen the two arms long. Out in front of you, palms are facing down and on the ground. Your forehead is down, your legs are long. Draw those ankle bones together if you can, and remember your pubic bones pressing into the ground and your thighs are fired. Next breath, our right arm and our left leg are going to lift. So with your left hand and your right leg, you're pushing them into the ground. So on your inhale, it's right hand, left leg lifts. So lengthen the left leg away from you. Lift up the arm on the right, lift up the left leg. Soft breath in, soft breath out. And soften that arm and leg back to the ground. Opposites, it'll be left arm and right leg. So lengthen that right leg away from the hip. Push the opposing two extremities into the earth as you lift the right leg and the left arm. Your chest comes up, your head comes up. Soften your forehead back to the mat as your arm on the left and your leg on the right come back down. We'll do that one more time. We'll go back to the right arm, left leg. So first lengthen the left leg away from you because that's what you're working for is length. Then you lift and you continue to grow longer from front to back. And soften the arm, soften the leg back down. You've got one more lengthening of that right leg away and left arm is going to reach up. Press into the earth with the right hand and the left thigh and the left shoelaces. They're pushing down as chest, neck, and head come up. And then soften it back down. Let's bring those palms up and turn them up by your sides. Turn your head to the right, bend both knees, and windshield wiper your legs. Keep the palms turned up, just turn the head to the left and circle those lower legs. One more turn of the head to the right, and we'll circle the other direction. Circling legs all the way around. And then bringing hands back underneath you. Push yourself up. Table position, but keep your knees behind you so you're on a bit of a slant. We'll cross the ankles. Notice my body is not with the knees under the hips anymore. I am longer. My palms are still flat. My shoulders are still engaged. Holding here is a lot of effort through the core, the arms, and the shoulders. This is a great way to get good core work, is just holding your navel into your spine here. If you'd like to add a little more, we'll drop down for the bottom of a push-up and lift back up. And maybe one is enough for you. We're going to do 3 total. If you're with me on the third one, that's great. If you did 1, that's great. If you just held up at the top, that's great. When we get finished with those 3, the feet come down. Let's bring the hands forward to the front of the mat and just push yourself up into a down dog for a moment. Press those palms down. Drop your chin into your chest. Bring your chest to your thighs and walk your dog out right and left. You're lengthening out through the spine. You're pressing those hip bones high to the sky. You're letting your head dangle. And you're looking through your legs or up at your navel. Walk it out right, walk it out left. So your choice if you want to walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands will be in a forward fold. If you're using blocks, gather them up with you and they can be placed under your hands. Once you're in your forward fold, again, bend and straighten your knees, shake out your head and let it go. With the great toes touching, the knees together, start to sink your hips behind you so you're cultivating chair pose, and 2 arms will lift up, up, up to the sky. Drop your shoulders, pinkies in a little bit more than the thumbs, and then sweep it all the way back behind you. Bend your knees deep, rest your chest on your thighs. Back up into chair, lift it up. Soften it down, keep knees bent. One more time, lift to chair, keep your chin down till your arms have reached the sky, then your head comes up. Stand nice and tall. Interlace the fingers, pointer releases, and your palms are glued at the pinky edge side of your hand. Lengthen up, reach up. Place your feet where you'd like for your torso twist. They may be a little bit separated, they may be placed together. Wherever you maximize your work for today. Then we come up long to the sky again and we torso twist the other way. Coming back up to the sky with those fingers pointing to the sky, look up towards your hands. Breathe here and then drop 2 palms to your low back. Let the heels of the hands push into the hips. Let the elbows pull back. Drive your hips down to the ground and lift your breastbone to the sky. When you find your body back up vertical on the in-breath, a soft bend of the knees, a reach of the arms wide, and we fold it down to the mat. Hands touch blocks, floor, shins, or thighs as you come to your half lift. Push tail away. Exhale and fold. Leave your right hand down, leave your right knee bent. Let's take left arm out to the side. Bring the crown of the head forward. Use your spine to twist your body. The arm will rise with the twist of the spine. The head then looks up towards that extended set of fingers reaching high to the sky. Take a look back down with your eyes, gazing down, lower left arm down. Once you're down, you take a half lift so hands touch floor, blocks, shins or thighs, and spine elongates. Exhale to fold it down. Bending into your left knee, left fingers stay on floor or blocks. Right arm comes out like a wing and pull that shoulder back in the shoulder socket, crown of the head towards the front. Hips pushing back, spine twists, arm lifts. Once your arm is up, your gaze is up. Breath is flowing, fingers are reaching, body is stacking, and no weight bearing down into those left fingers. We're stacking from fingertip to fingertip. Take a look with your eyes, a dropping of that right arm back down, the chest working its way towards the thighs, your knees can be bent. Then you half lift and you stretch the legs long, the fingers find the floor, the blocks, the shins or the thighs. Exhale to lower it back down. Bend and straighten each knee, let it go. Using blocks if you'd like, we're taking that right leg and moving all the way back to a runner's lunge. Come up on those back toes, stack your heel over your toes, pull that right hip towards your head. Your left knee is in direct alignment with your left ankle, and your knee is facing forward as if it was going over the second toe. It's not physically moving over the second toe, it's just directed over it and straight down from the ankle. So breathe here, find a nice stretch through the right hip flexors as you work the left ones. Soft in-breath, soft out-breath. Hands on blocks as we straighten into the front leg. Let your chest find your thigh, let your nose find your knee. Drive your left heel into the ground and pull your left toes up off the mat. Hold your stretch. Then lower those left toes back down. Take your 2 blocks with you and walk around to the center of your mat. So I'm going to turn the other way so I don't have my backside to you. So your toes are in, heels are out, you're at the center of your mat, and you're just shaking your head out. Take a look at your toes. Could you draw a straight horizontal line between the 2 great toes? If that's not happening, come to the edge of your mat at the back edge, the back long edge, and then you'll be lined up. Walk 2 hands forward, press the hips away, lengthen out, breathe in, breathe out. Walk hands back center, turn the fingertips to go through the legs. Walk them through the legs with or without the blocks. Walk your body through the legs. Drop into your shoulders, pull them back, just release them, stretch them out. Let your head go. Maybe with the next in-breath you get a little longer. Maybe with the next out-breath you move your fingers a little further behind you there. Gathering space and walk it back through center. Turning back into hands in front of you. Just let your head hang, let it go. And when you when you work those hands forward, you're going to start to turn that foot back to the front. Step your back foot up to meet your front foot so your right and left feet are back together. And you take your half lift. You take your fold. You bring your body all the way up vertical so it's a reverse ragdoll. Palms are up, up, up. Palms come together. Lengthen, look up, reach up. Maybe saguaro arm. You can go to your low back again if that's a better fit for your back bend.
We'll lift our breastbone to lengthen and reach up and out of the waist. Inhale back up, dive it down, bend the knees, arms wide, and enjoy the fold. In breath takes you halfway up. Out breath takes you back down. This time we're dropping that left leg behind us, so pick it up, take it long behind. Energy through that front leg, pushing into the ball joints, pushing into the heel of the right foot. Knee is over ankle on the right leg. And then think about your right hip pulling back, your left hip pulling forward, and you've got your heel stacked over your toes. Push that heel away, push the toes away, get some length through that left leg. Just taking a nice stretch here. And then as you place your hands more comfortably on your blocks, we'll straighten into that front leg and we'll fold our chest on the thigh. Again, adjust the hips, the right hip back, left hip forward. Breathe here, and if you're going a little further with me, we're drawing those right toes off the floor, driving that right heel into the mat. Softening chin to chest, chest to thigh, breathe. And then lowering that right foot back to the ground. Taking 2 blocks with you as you walk to the center of the mat again, turning right toes in, left toes in. Remember, you can use the back long edge of the mat to get those legs in a perfect horizontal line. If they're not there already, you can use that edge. Just let your body release and relax. Moving all your weight towards the right leg, hands will move right, your body moves right. Come walk through center, bend into the left leg, keep toes turned inward, hands move to the left side. Weight is to the left side with the left knee bent and the right leg long. One more time, walk hands through center, walk it right, straighten the left as you bend the right nice and deep. Last time we come through center and to the left side. Good, let's bring it back center. Nice bend in the knee to roll all the way up. Lift your energy up to the sky, reach up, palms to the sky, and hands drop into heart. Turning your front right toes forward will lengthen out 2 arms. So you've got your hips square to the long edge of your mat. You've got your back left heel. Either your foot can be directly horizontal or your heel can drop back a little bit. 2 arms are long. Reach out of the waist, turn the thumbs up, and drop the right arm down to 6 o'clock, left arm up to 12. Don't go so deep that you forward fold. We're laterally bending. Get it lateral so that left shoulder pulls back and not down. Flow your breath. Maybe take your left hip and pull it back a little further. Maybe take your left arm and bring it over the top. We'll bring it back up. 2 legs stay straight. Reverse your triangle. Forearm comes down to a bent thigh on that right side. Reach over the top. Grounding down through your legs. Do not put too much weight from the forearm onto the thigh. Use your torso strength. We bring it through a warrior 2. Lengthen it out. Drop that left shoulder back behind you without moving the arm. You want to pull the shoulder back. The arm will move with the shoulder. Turn the front palm up. Let's exalt our warrior back. Focus on that front knee is bent at 90. That front knee is pointing straight ahead towards that second toe. We come back through that warrior two, straighten into your front leg, hands come to the hips, turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out to the short edge of the mat. Again, your heel can be dropped back or your heel can be evenly across. Your choice, just heel to heel alignment. Put your hands on your hips and your hips are at the long edge of your mat. Your arms lengthen out. We hold this long length and we lengthen out of the waist. Turn the front thumb up, turn the back thumb up and drop that front arm down to the inside of the leg. You're in your triangle shape. You're opening up side body. So maybe take that right arm up and over a little further. Keep rolling that right shoulder back though. Keep pulling that right hip back. And as you come back up, it's two straight legs. Reverse that triangle, stay straight legs, right arm down the back, left up and over. Softly coming back into a bent front knee with a side angle. Resting forearm to thigh, reaching over the top with the right arm. Keeping that front knee bent, turn this into a warrior two. Keeping front knee at 90, arms lengthen out, breath flowing. Straighten into the front leg, hands come to hips, turn those left toes in, heel toe your feet closer together. All the way. I'm going to stay at the center of the mat. If you feel more comfortable at the front of your mat, we're just going to do a quick little balance before we finish up. So if your camera is better at the center, stay here or come to the front. Two hands come into heart or two hands stay on hips. Come onto those right toes as you lift that right heel off the mat and the weight transfers to the left. We'll bring that heel to the inside of that ankle on the left. Choose if you're going to slide up to that calf muscle. Choose if you're sliding all the way up to that inner thigh. Do not push your foot against your knee. Breathe here. Hands at heart, or maybe the branches lift as you ground down through that left root. You're lengthening and lifting up. Breathe here. Nice work. And then hands move back into heart. Knee finds that forward movement and then softly finds the ground. Hands will come to hips, swivel it out, let it go, a soft knee bend. Reverse it. We need to practice balancing our body. We need to practice or it's not going to be there. Bring it back center. Hands to hips or hands at heart, your choice. Shoulders back. Your gaze is forward. Your breath is flowing. You are letting go. You are not holding on to anything right now. You're watching your breath. Come onto the left toes. Turn the heel inward toward the ankle. The knee will come outward. And then decide if you're going to stay right here to balance, which is a balance. You're putting weight in the right side and light on the left, or you slide up to that calf muscle or reach a hold of that ankle and bring that whole leg up to the inner thigh. The inner thigh pushes against the foot as the foot pushes against the inner thigh. Maybe two arms elevate to the sky and the branches can sway, trees sway in the breeze. We find that long, soft reach. Breath flows. Body is enjoying this little bit of movement that you might be having and you're learning to balance. Hands come back into heart. Knee floats up to the front. Softly placing foot back down, we give another little swivel, and we give a swivel the other way. Nice work. So come back to the front of your mat. If you were at the side, we've got one more back bend. When your arms lift up, do you want to stay in victory arms, saguaro arms, or low back? Let's open it up. This is it. Beautiful job. We inhale back up. We dive it low with a bent knee all the way down. We straighten those knees out. Our hands are on blocks, floor, shins, or thighs as we stretch long. Crown forward, lengthen out, and then fold back down, bend the knees, and take a seat on your mat. Heels forward, toes up, hands at heart in Dandasana. Feel the length that you're creating through the heels kicking away and the zipping up through that pelvic bowl to lift your body up tall, your shoulders back, the crown of your head to the sky. Then we softly hollow out the navel, round the shoulders, tuck the chin, and move our body to the floor, keeping our heels anchored down. Once you're on the mat with your back of your head on the mat, draw that right knee in. Take it all the way to the left side as you hike your left hip to the right side. Drop down, open the right arm out like a wing. Use your left hand on the outer aspect of that right leg and scoop that right shoulder underneath you. Eyes gazing over the right arm with closed eyes. Breath is flowing. As right knee comes back into chest, give it a squeeze and a hug. Then it lengthens out long down to meet the other leg. And we switch. We can move our body to the left side first if that's better for you. We pull that left knee in, give it a squeeze towards the armpit. Then we release the squeeze and we bring that left leg all the way over the right side of the body, stretching left arm out, scooping left shoulder under, and using our right hand on the outer aspect of that left leg. It just rests there. It's not pushing, it's not forcing, it's just a little bit of an anchor onto that outside of that left leg. As your eyes gaze over the left shoulder, they're closed. Feel the expansiveness you've created. Feel the strength. Feel the courage it took to show up. That's the hardest part, is making time for yourself. It's well worth it though, as we all know. Knee comes back into chest. We draw left knee in, pull it in, add the right leg to come up to join it, two legs in. Give yourself a wonderful loving hug around those shins or the hamstrings. Give a little rock side to side. And then softly work your body into Shavasana, one limb at a time. I am moving my right arm. I am moving my left arm. I am moving my right leg. I am moving my left leg. Be very mindful. I'm scooping my right shoulder under. I'm scooping my left shoulder under. My palms are turned up. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to find peace in this moment. I am present. I am here. I am connected with myself. Every part of my body, mind, body, and spirit have come together. Follow your breath in, follow it out. No controlling it. If there's any tension in any area, breathe into that space and watch that tension melt away. It's all about just being you. You are enough.
and you are very important in this world. Always know that when these videos are made, you are more than welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. If you're coming out of it with me, the breath will deepen. Pulling your mantra in and moving it through your heart space. Giving it loving kindness to move through the rest of your body. Fingers and toes will wiggle around. Ankles and wrists will move. The jaw moves from side to side. Stretch it out. Head softly turns right and left. Notice which nostril you're breathing from better. That nostril will be placed toward the ground. So when you turn your body to your side, the nostril you're breathing out of better, that would be the arm to lift. Then you roll to that side and you stay in your fetal position for maybe 3 breaths. Balancing out your breathing, balancing out your energy system. If you can stay with eyes closed as you rise up to a seat, it's kind of a nice little practice to stay inside your own body with your eyes closed until we have completed this final piece, where our hands come to our heart, our spine is tall, our crown is up towards the sky, and we end our practice together by chanting Om. In breath. I honor each and every one of you for showing up here today. May you have a wonderful day of loving kindness and peace, energy, clarity, grace, whatever it is that you want more of, may it be bestowed upon you. My honor to teach you. Namaste.